again.
I will now hand it off to the playwright, Brad Bowman, to kind of go into this and set up the scene for us.
Hi, everybody. So thanks for being here. Thanks for Chuck for organizing this. So Blood Brothers is a play that's about Norse mythology. I tried to sort of update it for modern audiences. One thing I've always loved about Norse mythology is that I find it sort of fascinating that something from the 13th century can be so relatable. And I wanted to make it maybe even more relatable to modern people. There is one, so in the scene that we're doing, it's the story of Loki, who you might be familiar with if you've watched Marvel Comics movies, perhaps. So in the Eddas, which are the source material, Loki is Odin's blood brother, and he is welcomed into Asgard. But things don't go well for Loki, and he manipulates Baldur's brother into killing Baldur, who is Odin's favored son. All of this happens in my play, but with an important change. I thought that to make it, to me, it always would make more sense if Loki had a motivation for doing all these things. So in my play, Loki is not Odin's blood brother. Loki is actually Odin's bastard son, which gives him a motivation to kill Baldur. So in the scene we're doing, it's a section of the poetic Edda called Lokasena, as I've rewritten it. In this, there's a big feast, large cast, epic, literally an epic, so it's got to be a large cast.
So you know.
Excuse me?
Be talking in a few minutes.
Okay. I'm sorry? Did you have a comment?
She was talking to someone off camera.
Okay, sorry about that, guys.
Sorry, Brad.
All right. So in the scene we're doing, Loki is upset because he's still not favored by his father, Odin. Incidentally, in this play, the idea of them being blood brothers is more Odin's cover story, because he doesn't want to admit to his wife that he has a bastard son. So I've tried to incorporate a lot of humor. I've tried to have there's definitely some drama. And I want to thank everyone for participating. And if you're ready, I guess we could go.
The following takes place a year after Baldur's death, a death secretly planned by Loki, who in the context of the play is also secretly Odin's bastard son. Odin, Frigg, Loki, Sigyn, Sif, Thor, Freya, Frey, Njord, Skadi, and Njord are at a feast in the Great Hall. There may be nameless and voiceless servants, but the scene can be played without them. Odin is still saddened by the loss of his son, but his wife Frigg more so. She has become bitter, even cruel. Loki too is almost murderously bitter toward the Aesir.
As you know, at this time last year, we had no cause for celebration. Still, my heart is heavy with the loss, as are all of yours, I know. But should we dwell in darkness forever? It is time, I say, to rekindle the glory of Asgard. To the feast!
Yeah!
Yes.
To the feast!
The cheers die down. Odin remains standing, deciding whether he should say more.
Make this night one to remember. Many trials lie ahead, so celebrate while you are able. Live while you still live. Let generations unnumbered recount the glory of this feast, a feast for the ages.
Yes.
Glory of Asgard!
Asgard! Oh.
Odin does not share their joy. He feels a profound sadness. As the cheers die, he sits, all set about eating and drinking.
I think you did the right thing to have us here tonight. I know it was real hard for you.
Frigg gives her a dirty look. Odin merely nods.
So good.
I've missed this.
It is finer than I am accustomed to.
That's true for all of us. Just enjoy it.
I've missed it too, haven't you?
Loki just gives her a nasty look and takes another gulp from his cup.
A quick question. What scene are we doing?
Oh, were you looking at the full script?
Yes.
There should be an earlier email that has the actual cut for you.
Oh, here we go. Silly me.
That's okay. You wouldn't be the first one.
A servant obliges her.
More over here, too.
And for me. You're not going to beat me this time.
The servant fills their cups.
Want to race?
I love you so much.
They drink as fast as they can, the others cheering them on. They slam their cups down almost at the same moment, look at each other, and make out to the enjoyment of the other Aesir.
Hey, remember what we used to do here? Flighting.
What is that?
Fighting. It's like a game of insults.
Ah, I do know it then. So many unnecessary deaths.
No, it's fun, really.
You think that's too much?
I'll see. Oh, Father, we were wondering. We want to honor this glorious banquet you've prepared. As you say, we want to celebrate while we are able. Yet we know you and your noble queen still mourn, so I ask humbly if you would allow the flighting this day.
Odin looks to Frigg.
Mead.
She pulls out her cup. A servant obliges.
The queen's loss is great. Be respectful.
Of course, All Father. He says it's fine.
About time.
Who wants to start? You go.
All right, I'm in.
A woman, hey. George, do you want to take a crack?
Oh no, I'll just watch.
Hey, I didn't say I wanted a woman. Come at me, bro.
You are so hot right now, babe.
I see you give reactions as appropriate throughout the fighting.
All right, you asked for it. Sif, you are the Aesir's greatest woman warrior. That's true. But who's going to teach your children how to fight? Because between you and Thor, I'm surprised you could teach them to wipe their own asses.
I teach them that when there are sniveling little shits like you to do it for them.
Okay. But I heard that Magni and Modi are all the children you're likely to have. Yes, it's well known that you're having a little trouble in the bedroom. Isn't it true that, enchanted though it may be, Thor's magic hammer has been missing its target lately?
Not at all. It's just that one hit from the Mjolnir puts you down for the count. As for you, I heard you traded your sword for a woman, and oh, I just realized, is she not here? I don't think that any of us have ever seen her.
We had a long-distance relationship.
Yeah, I see you laugh heartily at Frey's weak comeback.
Bet you wish you had your sword back now, don't you?
Frey retreats to his seat.
Ha! This is fun, don't you think?
Even Odin has a bit of a smile now. Frigg sees it. She stands and exits, taking her cup with her. Odin watches her go, regretful. Sif sits back down with Thor and kisses him.
Who's up next? Scotty?
I do not think I would be good at this.
Loki? Come on, you'd be great. Join in.
I'm not in the mood.
Freya and Jord, then.
I'm game.
Oh, boy. All right, bear with me. I haven't done this in a while. So, back before I was married, I took Freya on a fishing trip.
Blah, blah, blah. So I said, please tell me that's a fish.
I don't get it.
That doesn't. Oh, I see. Yes, I understand it now.
More laughter. Frigg suddenly rises and exits with her cup. Odin tries to talk with her, but she's gone too fast. When the laughter begins to die down,
No way I can come back from that. Go ahead and destroy somebody else, Freya.
What do you say we get the master in here?
she means Thor, who is in the middle of a too large bite. He chokes it down. Sif, Freya, and others begin chanting his name. Thor rises, enjoying and encouraging the pomp.
Thor.
Thor.
Want some? Want some?
Ah, Thor, the Thunderer. Where to begin? You're gullible, inelegant, boorish, ill-mannered, and clumsy. Why, even the most brutish giant could dance circles around you. And what's with the hammer? Could it be that you're compensating for something? Tell me, is it true that it gets bigger when Sif touches it?
Laughter.
Oh, it only grows when I touch it myself.
Even Odin Sigyn can't help but enjoy it now.
What do you think? New champion? Or do you have a comeback, tough guy?
Oh, I have a comeback. Your manhood is small.
Says this as though it's just the cleverest thing. Laughter all around. Even Frey falls back into his seat laughing.
I give. He's still the king.
Thor makes muscle as the group cheers him on.
You're weak. You can't keep a house clean.
That's your fault.
You're unmanly. And you're manly. You're ugly.
Loki does not take too kindly to this. He stands.
You're also weak.
Loki tenses and perhaps takes a step. Sigyn grabs his arm.
It's just a game.
Who else? Ah, you have poor depth perception. Oh, how far away is it? I can't tell.
Crazy laughter.
Ah, Thor. What would we do without you? You'd better take a break so everyone else has a chance.
Thor makes a triumphal gesture and returns to his seat to the cheers of his compatriots.
You know, I think I would like to have a go.
It's all right.
He waves her off. Loki downs his drink and takes Sigyn's.
As you all know, I am but a lowly Jotun, taken into glorious Asgard only by the most chance of encounters with the All-Father. Never in all my days in pitiful Jotunheim could I have dreamed of the grandeur here. And yet, what manner of person is worthy of idyllic Asgard's bounty? No, not me. I would never suggest such a thing. Gudin, you are a Jotun like me. You must know what I mean.
I am lucky enough to be here in the greatest of the 9 worlds. I am forever grateful to Odin for allowing me to live as one of the Æsir, but I do not think I will ever feel worthy of the honor.
Oh, well said. But, and pardon me for bringing it up, didn't Thor kill your father? I mean, if anyone here has earned their place, it would have to be you. Now, I know I argued for you. Sure, these people accept you now, but a lot of them opposed you at the time. They wanted you cast out like the contents of Odin's bedpan.
Loki.
And who wants to tell me I'm lying? And if I really said it, I remember what kind of people you're dealing with. Lucky, she says. Lucky I was there to protect her from all of you. And yet these Æsir, these Asingers, They know. They believe in their hearts that they deserve every little thing they get. The safety, the magic apples, beautiful horses, good weather, today notwithstanding, still nothing like Jotunheim. But they know that they've earned it, right?
Okay, we get it.
No, no. I'm just getting started. Let's talk about this. Tell me, is there some trait you possess that entitles you to godhood? Why, is it that folk in Jotunheim, Effingham, Mingod, who should have gazed up at you with such reverence? Even the people of Venahem rever you, don't they? Well, they have to. So tell me, Norgid, what are you the god of? Because I haven't seen you do one worthwhile thing the whole time I've been here. Oh, that's right. You took the bullet and Mary skidded. Well, guess what? You don't deserve her. You should have been honored, but instead all of you saw in her was a filthy Judson. Isn't that right?
I never saw you that way.
Filthy Judson. Those were your exact words, weren't they?
No, not at all.
Well, that's true.
I don't know who you were. I didn't know who you were. I'm sorry.
I understand.
Maybe that's enough. I don't think this is in the spirit of the flighting game. Can't we just drink?
Mild laughter. Odin, in particular, harumphs his agreement. Continues, his level of malice gradually rises.
What do you mean? Somebody has to outwit me, right? Besides, I am still drinking. Frey, somebody else mentioned that you traded your sword for a woman. I guess now I've only slept with, let me see, 8 times as many women as you.
Your wife is right there.
And she's probably slept with more women than you have too. And more men, I think.
Sigyn is fairly mortified.
Now, I don't know why you have so much trouble. Maybe it's because you're weak-willed, lily-livered, soft in the head, boring in bed, more boring to talk to, and generally a shell of a man who never quite got out of puberty. But I don't know for sure. You have to ask the ladies.
Didn't you mother a horse?
Big laughter. This still stings Loki.
Do you really want to go into this? Fine. Is there any man in all of Asgard you haven't opened your legs for? Oh, I didn't mind saying that I've only known my share of loose women, but you top the list. And you know we like to work for it a little. Oh, but the worst thing, the thing that really breaks my heart, is knowing that Bolter died with the same diseases you gave me.
That's enough.
I'm almost done. Oh, does that bother you? Oh, don't tell me you love him. First time for everything, I guess. Oh, so sorry. He won't be able to make an honest woman of you.
That's enough.
No. It's my turn now. Or do you want me to say something really, really awful?
Loki, please. No more.
Oh, you too. I never wanted you.
What?
No one did. Why do you think he gave you to me? Because he never wanted, because he was never going to give me anything of value. I bring treasures from Surfer Haven, and he gives me you. You. Because nobody would miss you. You, because you count for nothing. You, because you're not good enough for anyone. That's why. Because there is only one person who cares about you in any way. You weren't a gift at all. He just wanted to make sure you stayed away from Boulder.
No.
Is devastated.
So
No.
you know it's not true.
I think it is. It's all it was, wasn't it? That's what she means to you. Deny it. Singing, me, every person here, they're all just pawns in a game to you, aren't they? I wonder how you were going to use Boulder before that piece fell off the table.
Keep his name out of your mouth.
Loki smiles.
You wanted something from him, or he wouldn't have mattered to you either. You only want people if you get something from them. Like this one.
He indicates Yord.
Keep me out of this, please.
He is in your circle. Why? Exactly. Clearly not for her great power. No particular depth of wisdom there. Is there? You must have thought so once, or I doubt it could be for looks. No. But she gave you a son. Seems that's all that matters to you, doesn't it? And what son? He may not be the worst son you have had, but he is without a doubt the most worthless.
Thor is beginning to get upset.
You're out of your depth, Loki. Go have another drink and cool off. Or better yet, sober up. Thor defends us all. Everyone knows it.
How does he defend us? For every monstrous Jotun he kills, he makes Asgard 10 new enemies. Right, Scotty?
Scotty remains silent and takes a drink.
You aren't half the man Thor is.
That's not what you said when you crawled into my bed, isn't it?
Liar! Liar!
Oh, careful. I know where your tattoos and birthmarks are.
Sif seethes, but ultimately backs down.
As for you, Odin's son, the things we can say about you, and we all know it. You're an oath, plain and simple. Even you must know it. There cannot be a bigger waste of a man in Asgard. Nothing to say for yourself. Or is it that pea brain of yours still processing the words?
Words are your weapon.
Holding up Mjolnir.
This is mine. Attack me once more, and I will make sure that you never use your words against me again.
He's deadly serious. Loki is wary of the threat, but that smile comes over him. His hand goes down to his dagger, even as he opens his mouth to speak, tempting fate.
Stop! There will be no violence here. Tradition dictates it.
Fine.
He makes a little mocking bow to Thor, who sits. Loki begins to make his way back to his chair next to his sobbing wife. There's no hint of merriment left at the banquet. each of the Aesir mulling over the wounds Loki inflicted. Loki feels a new power over them as he saunters across the room. He's smiling still.
I think you should leave.
This stops Loki in his tracks. The smile disappears.
Leave? You made me come back here. Which is it? Prison or a banishment? Exactly how far from you should I be?
You could go wherever you want if I could trust you to act like a man.
I am the man you made me. All of you. You used to mock me for telling lies. But now I see it's the truth you hate. You brought this on yourself. You want to despise me? I'll give you something to despise. That's the man I am now.
I liked the man who mothered the horse better.
This is a low blow. Loki's face twists with disgust.
All right. I mothered a horse. I had my lips sewn together. I've been humiliated in every way any of you could have wanted. I disguised myself. I have played the part of a woman. I use guile and manipulation instead of blunt force. And yes, I have you, Setter. Everything you pretend to be above, I have been. I did for you. You ungrateful. It's easy when you have everything. When you're born at the top of the 9 worlds and you're the strongest, the prettiest, fastest, the most holy. But what if you're not born to be the good guy? What do you do then? You've never thought about that. Not for 1 minute. But you of all people should understand. Why? Because everything Asgard hates in me is in you also. You weren't born here. You lived like me. You had to claw and scratch and bite and bout to stay alive, the same as I did. You deceived to learn your magic. You murdered your father's father, Ymir, and you've used more satyr magic than I could in 10 lifetimes. But unlike me, you pretended you're above it all. That's the foundation of this kingdom of make-believe is built on. Isn't it? Essia, Essenger, behold your king, the fraud. Father, to you all.
A long beat as Odin's rage builds. He tries to control it as he composes his response.
I am father to all. There is not one soul in Asgard or Midgard that does not owe their life, their entire existence to me. I have created a kingdom that is the glory of 100 ages, and you claim that you and I are in any way similar? The songs the skalds sing of me and my sons will survive even these 9 worlds, and what have you given us beside the monsters that we will slay for even greater glory? You and your line are nothing but a detail in the tale of my glory. You could have been more, but now that is your only role.
Oh, really? I think me and my line might surprise you. I saw you quaking with fear before hell. You haven't even seen Jurgamund and Führer, the wolf. He scares you more. And you know it. We have as much power as you. Maybe my sons and daughter claim a few more of your children?
You have no shame. I should never have allowed you into these halls. You think you have power over me, but hear this. There is nothing you can do or say to hurt me.
Isn't there?
They face off, Odin daring him to reveal his parentage. Loki ready to deal what he knows is a mortal blow to both of them.
I killed.
These words hang in the air as all look on, shocked. Odin is hit by wave after wave of complicated emotions. Sigurd's worst fears are realized. Nobody dares speak. Odin leans in toward Loki.
Get out.
Loki becomes aware of the Aesir looking at him, an impulse toward self-preservation rising to the force. He exits quickly.
Yay!
Oh boy.
Great job, everybody.
Really good. I love the costume.
Yeah, that's great.
That's excellent.
Oh.
Oh boy, that gets tense.
Matthew, nice job. I enjoyed your character so much with your dramatic pauses.
And you got so into it.
Well, you know what they say, being the villain's a good thing.
It is.
I felt like this could be presented in a modern day setting. I don't know if it's just me, but like listening to it, I'm like, I could see it for some reason, like if a sorority house or a frat house got really drunk, then they could do this.
Oh.
After an excommunication instead of actual death.
Yeah.
This is really well written.
Yeah.
I hope you take this as a compliment. I found it to be very Shakespearean, but with a little bit of a more modern twist and a little more comic. There is something.
There is comedy in there.
I really like. Yeah, really well written.
So you didn't think it was better than Shakespeare?
To me, honestly.
They're so good though.
Yeah, I thought it was very
I'm
clever.
looking forward to the full thing.
Yeah.
Well, you guys did such a great job. I'm really looking forward to seeing the whole thing also.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them will be in the same roles. And then obviously we got to cast the other half of the script.
Sure.
I saw Beth done as a motorcycle gang one time. And this just, it kind of came back to me in that sense where you could take in characters in any way, like they said, a modern day type thing. But it came, that show came to me while we were reading this. So.
Yeah.
Dave, did you have a special light going?
I know.
There were points where he was getting more intense that a certain light would come on, and I was like, he's got lighting effects. He's ready.
I
love it.
That's the way to commit to the character right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're all jealous, Dave.
Yeah, the red light with anger just really made it appear even heavier.
Yeah. I was wondering about that because I thought it was red the whole time. I'm like, am I going crazy? Did it just change?
Life kept changing.
You've set the bar pretty high for the full reading.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are we supposed to, I don't have those, I don't have these magical red light effects. What are you?
That was the Northern Lights.
Can I ask Brad a question? Brad, how do you see it costumed? What kind of
I mean, I guess I didn't have any specific plans, but yeah, I would see this in kind of in the period costume, 13th century, or the fanciful mythological version of 13th century Iceland. But it doesn't have to be.
Not in Tom Wilson's Loki suit.
No Marvel Loki suits.
It wasn't my thought, but maybe.
Marvel's gonna find out and go, one slip up, man. One slip up and this goes off.
Which is funny because they have no say in that.
That's right. Yeah. That's not their character. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
You guys have anything else for Brad?
Just incredibly well written.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Dialogue is excellent. The depth of character that you got across in a very short cut. Very good.
Yeah, it was an excellent cut to choose.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate all the compliments, and criticism is also acceptable. So
I dare you.